Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. In this video I'm going to show you my Interchange loot run. I've done a few variations of this in the past. I've done some practice on this one over the last week and I think this is probably going to be the best way of making money on Interchange with as little risk as possible. However, it's one of those runs that you won't be able to survive every time just because there's more scavs involved. The shoreline one was a lot more just get to the resort as quickly as possible, bug out, even if you die, you're still making money because of the container, and it was a pretty safe way of doing it. I found that with Interchange there's some few issues because of scavs, but if you can avoid them, you can actually make some serious buck very quickly on this map. So guys, without further ado, let's crack straight into it. Alright guys, so as soon as you spawn in Interchange, you want to take note of where you are. So I'm over at the idea end, and the priority of this run is going to be get to the Kibber store, and then through a couple of the tech stores, and then get out. So you first want to check whereabouts you are. My extract is southeast, and you want to make note of that. If you spawn on the directly opposite side of Interchange, there's two spawns right next to each other. One southeast, got a southeast extract, and the other one's got a northwest. So you want to be making sure you go into the right extract, otherwise you're wasting time. Now, for me personally, I've messed around with this run a lot and had a lot of issues with trying to make it more efficient because they've put a lot of scavs through in the map, and because of that it's made it a lot harder. So it's a good thing. It shouldn't be so easy to get really good money in a game. Now, I spoke in my shoreline video. If you haven't checked out the shoreline run, go down the link below, check out that one. But I spoke about server selection, using the launcher to pick a different server. Now, if you pick a server and you're stuck on matching in the launcher, after if you spend more than 2 or 3 minutes in matching, even 4, if you want to push it at 4 or 5, change server. Pick a totally different server. You shouldn't be on matching for more than 30 seconds to a minute. So if you're stuck on, some people were messaging me saying it was 45 minutes. No. Alright? Don't do that. Change server. You pick the server that's just not connecting for whatever reason. Now, there is a chance you're going to run into killer on this run. Hopefully that wasn't him right there. And I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out the fastest way of doing this run. Now, you do want to avoid getting bogged down in fights. If you have to fight someone, fight them. But really, you just want to get in here and get your first lot of loot. Now, you need to bring a backpack and a rig for this one. A bit more of an expense, but there's two armors on that. You pretty much just pick up everything, unless you know it's trash like that item was there, but I still picked it up anyway. You pick up a gun. You want to be checking for suppressors, flashlights, scopes. All this stuff is worth really good money. Now, obviously, this is known pretty well already as a loot run. If you find something like a B11, I'll show you this real quick. So, you put a foregrip and a flashlight on there. 2 flashlights on there. Now, you've just taken up 4 items with a lot less. Now, I wouldn't bother usually opening up these containers. Personally, that's not what I like to do. And you can do this run during night time. You actually find a lot less people. Now, there is an RSAS that spawns over there. There's a pimped out M4. There's a pimped out AK. There's a lot of really good items. Get grenades. If you know what I spoke about in Shoreline about the grenades, you're looking for that dot too. You just do a circle of that, no dot. Come out here, 3 grenades. People run to there, think you're looting the Kibber store. You're already gone. Get the hell out of there. Now you want to come straight across to Rasmussen, whatever you want to call it. You're looting all the tech. These items, you try and get some, like I call it insurance, get some money locked away. So if you do die, you've got yourself covered with some money. That was a pretty poor Kibber store, to be completely honest. You can check this if you really want to while you're here. Even though the VSS will probably sell for about 70k. I personally like to bring painkillers along with me. You can chuck in an IFAK into your rig as well if you want to have that little bit of extra insurance with the health side of things. You've got a Tetris here. These tech stores is where you're really going to make a lot of money too. The Kibber's a bit hit and miss. Sometimes you'll make like 200 or 300k just in Kibber. Other times you won't, like I did today. Like that run there was probably like the worst Kibber I've had in doing this run a few times now. You will get held up by killer. 35% spawn rate on this map, and the scavs in there. Fuel conditioner spawns right there. That's worth 100k if you can grab it. AK-105 spawns right here, so you want to be checking out for that one. These G phones, they're worth about 40k a pop. You can actually see how this one's here. Walk straight into it till you're actually like high up, and you'll slowly drift down. Spam F, you'll be able to loot that item there. And just quickly check. You're checking these shelves, the top shelves, pretty much. You got the RAM here. GM counter. But this actually made up for the actual lack of in Kibber. Come down here. We'll get that G phone in there. Probably put that up across to there. Put that in like that, and we've actually got some really solid money there. Now we're sitting on the 4-minute 45 mark now. Now this is where you really got an option. If you want to take the risk of people being in here, oh god, if you want to take the risk of people being in here, and scavs can be really annoying on this map. You can run through here, risk it for the biscuit. This shelf here. You look at the GM counters. So there's GM counters that spawn on both sides of this shelf. One that spawns right here. I should have done this during the daytime so I could show you the spawn rates better. Another one right there. Another spawn on this shelf here. One spawn on each side of this shelf here. And then you can loot some other stuff around the back. Now if you're hearing gunshots out this way, you need to be smart about how you extract. You can go through the store bit at the back there. That will be a safer option. You do want to try and get quiet service. If you get quiet service, you can do this run a lot quicker. We're still sitting around the 6-minute mark. Speed is key. I would want to get to about this point. You want to start saving up your stamina. And this is a pretty good example. We've probably got like the second or third respawn from the other side of the map. If you get that spawn right there, you can go in, Kibber, Ollie, tech stores, out. All in about 4 minutes. It can be a really, really fast run. Like I said, this isn't as safe as the shoreline run because of the scavs do get involved a lot more. Make sure you got a pistol. If you really wanted to wear an armor, a packer can save your life a few times. But you'll soon learn that way that the scavs work, and you want to try and move in a way that the scavs will miss you. So try and keep getting behind walls as quickly as possible. If you do see one, if killer's there, you'll probably have to skip Kibber and go straight to the tech stores and get out, which is fine. You still can make like 200,000 or 300,000 rubles from those tech stores alone. We'll have a quick look when we get back into the stash, how much money I made from this run and how quickly we did it. So that's the 7-minute mark. That's probably about 1 more minute would be the longest you'd ever spend in this run, unless you got bogged down with scavs, killer, or players. Now you want to avoid those things entirely. If you hear gunshots, you might need to skip a store. If you are getting shot at, you just start running away. That's it. You don't worry about committing to fights and stuff. If you want to, that's all good. But this is a loot run. This is not a get in there and take a 15-minute raid into the map. So just having a quick look, see how much money we made for that run. And excuse the stash, it's actually really messy. Not this one, but the other one. Once this loads in, and I would just literally dump this in here. I wouldn't actually overlook at it. So you got about 70k there. The shotgun will sell for probably 15k. So you got 85. Tetris is a Bitcoin, so it's 110 there. You're looking at 200 to probably about 270 with those there. Probably about 315, 330. Another 20,000, 350, 60. You could trade them for Osprey suppressors. So that's another 30k there. That's probably about a 400,000 run in 7 minutes plus loading time. So, guys, I know it's not the safest of runs, but it's a very quick run you can do if you just want to get a quick dash in there, grab some loot and get out. Now, I know some people like to just go into like certain stores, grab certain items and then disconnect. I don't like that way at all. I actually do like completing a raid. And if you're after task items, you can get this stuff here doing it this way too. But guys, that is pretty much it for the Interchange run. Now, just to add a few things, you do need 2 keys to be able to do the Kibber store. Now, with the Kibber store, the first key you get from either condensed milks. You require 50 condensed milks from Therapist 4, and you can trade for it that way. There is a spawn in Goshen or Goshan. I have never found it there myself. Plenty of people have. You can purchase it that way, or you could just buy it straight from the flea market. Now, if you do buy it from the flea market, you're probably sitting around the 2 million mark. They'll probably go up after this video a little bit, but just to let you guys know, the actual barter trade is sitting around, it's about 30,000 a condensed milk, 30 to 35,000. And if you need 50 of them at 35,000, it's around 1.8 million. So there is margin for if you actually want to flip keys. You can only do one per reset anyway. But the option is there for you to make money by actually just flipping the keys onto the flea market. If they sell, if this video is anything like the previous one, a lot of them should be up there. A lot of people might want to start flipping these up there to actually make a bit more money. It's up to you guys how you want to roll. But those 2 keys do make a big difference. The second key to get through the Great Door, that is actually acquired by Gunsmith Part 11. If you haven't done your Gunsmith tasks, I'll chuck the link to the guide down below. But unfortunately, these change so often. Actually, what I won't do is I won't put a link to my guide. I'm going to put a link to the wiki page. They update their Gunsmith tasks all the time. So you can do it in the most budget, cheapest, and level-friendly way. So check out those tasks. Get through those Gunsmith. They give you a lot of XP. They're not too expensive. They kind of pay for themselves. Like you complete one, you get 2 Bitcoins, and you can get through that. That will get you both the keys. They're the only keys you require from this. There are ways of making money in Interchange purely just by doing cash registers. I don't really like that way of doing it. It's really, really, really boring. But it's personal preference. How you guys can play the game however you want. Anyway, guys, to finish this one up here, thanks for watching another video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for future content. I am like less than 200 subs away from 50,000 subs on YouTube, which is amazing. I've only really been doing YouTube properly for about 12 to 15 months, and I'm wrapped with how well it's all going. So thank you guys for all the support there. My next video is going to be a Terra Labs guide. How to make money on Terra Labs at the moment with the entry cost and all that. But I'll finish this up here, guys. So lastly, I'll see you next time. A whole new world, a magical place to raid some scavs. No matter how far I go in Tarkov world, I'll always be raiding for more kibbers.